Now, India has largely fought back, but the possibilities of an outbreak can't be ruled out as yet. Two new suspected cases of the coronavirus in Kolkata and one in Delhi have come to light. So far, two cases have been reported in Kerala. The Kerala government is taking all necessary measures to prevent the spread of the virus. Here's a ground report.
Kerala's fight against coronavirus is held together at this building in Thiruvananthapuram, where employees of the state government take queries from concerned citizens.
As part of measures to control coronavirus outbreak in Kerala, the government has taken steps to ensure call centers in the state. Trivandrum, this is a call center where certified counsellors are seated, speaking with people who are calling in from across the with many queries like what do I eat, how do I isolate myself, what tablets do I have, what medication do I consume.
Out of the 3 positive cases in Kerala, 1 patient has tested negative and has been discharged. 2,397 are in home isolation, down by 122 in the last 24 hours.
The district teams have been following up with all the patients as per the protocol laid down. We are taking their samples. They are under strict isolation and monitoring. And we have seen that in the Alleppey case, which was the second case, where the results have turned negative and the patient is likely to be discharged tomorrow.
Foremost duty was to ensure that there is no stock out, and we made supplies available across the state. So now, to limit or contain the exposure, we decided to have dedicated ambulances parked at the airport terminals itself.
With no new cases being reported, the Kerala government believes that there's no reason to worry.
We are not allowing the people to have panic because they have enthusiasm and we have enthusiasm. They are believing in the strength of Kerala health officers and health system.
The administration is continuing with its awareness drive.
What the WHO recommends is that we do not go to live markets, and if we really have to go, make sure you wear protective equipment like, face masks and hand gloves.
Live meat markets.
That's right, that's right. But it's also, they don't say that you have to stop eating meat altogether. But what you can do is make sure you cook your meat and avoid raw uncooked meat totally. As of now, we really don't have anything that cures the coronavirus disease.
The novel coronavirus, from all indications so far, spreads at a fast rate. While there may be no new cases, people and the government cannot let their guard down. With video journalist Shakil, this is Nabila for India Today in Thiruvananthapuram.
My colleague Nabila is now joining me live from Thiruvananthapuram on this story. Nabila, is the Kerala government assured that there are going to be no new cases that will come to light anymore, because the spread of the virus continues because of the 2 cases which have been detected in Kolkata, the positive cases, and the one in Delhi as well? Is Kerala assured that no new cases are going to come to light?
Right, even in Kolkata, so far it's only suspected cases. They haven't yet proven it to be positive. But in Kerala, so far, apart from the 3 cases that have shown positive, there are no more reports of positive coronavirus cases. So far, about 2,375 odd people are currently in home isolation. It's a short, less from about 1,300 over 24 hours. So situation seems to be improving. There's no more positive cases in India anywhere. Even the Delhi case, the traveller who came from Bangkok, has not shown positive. It's just a suspect. Now their samples, blood samples, will be sent to Pune, the NIV center, for checkup, and once that comes, it'll take about a few days or maybe a week for that to show the exact results of these tests, whether it's positive or negative. But so far, about the 401 samples that Kerala has sent, fresh samples, blood samples to Pune, 373 samples have now shown negative. So we're looking at an improvement in cases here across of India, but we're only hoping that people who are going about their daily life not aware of this entire virus breakout have not contracted the disease and go around passing it. So awareness is at most important. We've got to be alert while you cough, sneeze, don't spit anywhere. Your etiquettes, use your hand when you cough and sneeze. Those are basics that you can do to ensure that the virus doesn't spread. If not, state governments across should learn from Kerala how they're having call centers and counsellors guiding people on what to do if they have even the slightest symptoms of coronavirus there. Polemy.
Right. Nabila, thank you so much for bringing us those details. Now, as many as 138 Indians are stuck at a coronavirus-hit Japanese cruise, which was in fact quarantined at the port of Yokohama on February 4th. 2 Indians have tested positive, while the ship has a total of 219 positive cases. Several of the Indian passengers have been sending messages back home appealing for help. Among those stranded on the ship is Binoy Sarkar, a resident of Dinajpur district in West Bengal. In his video message, Sarkar says that the situation on the ship is bad, but expressed hope that all Indians will be able to return on February 19, which is when the quarantine period will end. Meanwhile, Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan has said that Indians on board the cruise ship will have to remain in quarantine till February 19 in the larger interest of preventing the spread of the virus.
A dream cruise turning out to be the worst nightmare for 3,711 people on Japanese ship Diamond Princess. It has been stranded for nearly 10 days now, docked in complete isolation at the Yokohama port after dozens on board getting infected with the coronavirus. 2 Indians out of the 138 Indian crew and passengers are among those who are infected. The ship has a total 219 positive cases, which has prompted authorities to quarantine the entire cruise liner. Many of the Indian passengers have been sending SOS back home, even urging Prime Minister Modi to evacuate them.
Past 10 days today, and the number has definitely gone above 200. Every day listening to a number which is just getting higher day by day is definitely not something that we would want. We are having a lot of fear in ourselves while we are on the ship. We're just waiting for this point time to be completed so that we can go back home.
நேற்று நான் கம்ப்ளைண்ட் இந்தியன் எம்பசி என்ன கேட்டிருந்தாங்க. நான் வந்து சொன்னேன் இந்த மாதிரி க்ரூ மெஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் ஒன்றா பண்ணுறாங்க, கோடாக இருக்குது, வைரஸ் பரவுன்னு சொன்னாங்க. அதனால அதை கேட்ட கவர்மெண்ட் என்னன்னு தெரியல. இன்றைக்கி வந்து க்ரூ மெஸ்ஸில் வந்து எல்லாத்தையும் செப்பரேட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. எல்லாமே நேருக்கு நேராக ஃபேஸ் உட்காந்து சாப்பிடக்கூடாது.
Their families back home have also appealed to the government to bring them back safe.
தமிழ்நாடு கவர்மெண்ட்டும் எவ்வளோ சீக்கிரமாக மீட்டு கொண்டு வர முடியுமோ கொண்டு வரணும். ஆனால் கொஞ்ச நேரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி அவங்க கப்பல்லே அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டாங்க, 10 டேஸில் நீங்கள் வந்து வீட்டுக்கு அவங்கவுங்க நாட்டுக்கு போயிடலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க.
The Indian embassy in Tokyo is in constant touch with the Indians on board the ship. The health minister said that the External Affairs Ministry is doing their best to help the stranded Indian crew members and tourists.
इसमें हमारे 132 क्रू मेंबर्स और 6 पैसेंजर्स हमारे इसमें इंडिया के भी हैं, लेकिन इनको वहीं पे क्वारंटाइन किया गया एज पर द you can say decision of the Japanese government also and technical and scientific advice etc.
Indian embassy সবসময় টাচে আছে আমাদের সঙ্গে বিদেশ মন্ত্রক। ভাগ্য ভালো থাকলে আমিও বাড়িতে আসবো। আসছি এই মুহূর্তে, কিন্তু 6 দিন আছে, আর 6 দিন কোনোভাবে পার করতে পারলেই ঠিক ইন্ডিয়া আমাদের, আমি ইন্ডিয়া যাচ্ছি।
Meanwhile, in Kolkata, 3 flyers travelling from Bangkok were hospitalized over suspected infection. In Delhi, a SpiceJet passenger was also quarantined after landing from Bangkok. Bureau Report, India Today.
My colleague Geeta Mohan is now joining me live on the story from Delhi. Geeta, the Indian administration, the Indian government and of course the Indian embassy in Tokyo is obviously in touch with the authorities on ground vis-a-vis the cruise ship, which is of course now parked off the coastline of Japan. What are we learning from the Japanese authorities in terms of details that they've shared with us?
যাবে, কেউ মরবে না শিওর, জাপানিজ গভর্নমেন্ট।
Okay, we seem to have lost that line with Geeta. We'll try and reconnect with her, but there are, of course, 138 Indians that are on board the Japanese ship, which is currently stranded, and the passengers have been quarantined because of one suspected positive case who disembarked from that cruise ship. Geeta is back with us right now. Geeta, what are we learning from the authorities on the ground in Tokyo, in Japan? Since we are in touch with them, what are they telling us about this cruise ship which has now been stranded off the coastline of Japan?
Well, the Indian mission is in touch with the Japanese authorities. Screening is underway. There are about 3,700 crew and passengers on board the Diamond Princess, and only 1/3 of them have been tested so far. So we'll have to wait and see whether if all those Indians are cleared and screened and given green signal. Once that happens is only when the Indian authorities will be allowed to evacuate or to bring the Indians back to India. For now, 2 have been tested positive, so it is a real concern and worry for India as well. But the screening and testing is indeed taking time, and only once the testing is over will the people of various nationalities, various countries be allowed to go back to their countries.
Right, Geeta, thank you so much for bringing us those details. Now, it turns out that weather conditions are a key factor that determine the life period of the novel coronavirus. Now, 3 things that do not suit the virus are sunlight, temperature and humidity. The virus is alive for 3 weeks if the temperature is below 4 degrees Celsius. As it's winters in China, this could be the key factor that is helping the virus to survive. Similar is the situation in South Korea. The country has about 28 confirmed virus cases. Japan has a temperature of about 11 degrees Celsius, which is likely to extend the lifespan of the virus. Now, with temperatures above 20 degrees in Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam and Malaysia, the virus has less chances of survival in these countries. Shifting focus, the Supreme Court will today hear a petition filed by Omar Abdullah pilot challenging the detention of her brother and National Conference leader Omar Abdullah under the Jammu and Kashmir Public Safety Act. The plea will be heard by a new bench headed by Justice Arun Mishra. Earlier, Justice Shantanu Gowda at the Apex Court had recused himself from hearing the matter. Sarah, in her plea, claims her brother's detention is illegal and there were no grounds to book him under PSA. The government imposed PSA against Omar Abdullah on February 7th after the former chief minister spent 6 months in detention. The Jammu and Kashmir government in fact, the administration has defended the imposition of the Public Safety Act, saying that the former chief minister had allegedly made attempts to provoke general masses against the revocation of Articles 370 and 35A. My colleague Anisha Mathur is now going to join me live on this story. Anisha, what is the petition which has been filed by Omar Abdullah pilot? What does she say in it, and how is the government, the administration, I beg your pardon, of Jammu and Kashmir going to prove that Omar Abdullah was in fact instigating the masses, given that he's been under detention since the night of 4th August?
Well, Pauline, that's a question that the government was going to have to answer today, especially since there are serious allegations raised in the plea filed by Omar Abdullah pilot. She's in fact argued she's made a 2-pronged argument. One, that his detention for the last 6 months itself was illegal, and 2, this particular PSA detention was imposed without giving valid grounds for detention. She's also argued that this is a way to make sure that the leaders in the valley, including other NC leaders and leaders of other political parties, do not get a chance to come out and speak about and make any statements. But and she's also said that this is being done in an arbitrary manner by the government to ensure that other political leaders in the valley don't get a chance to speak. So a lot of allegations being raised of procedural infirmities as well as political vendetta by this petition. We'll have to see what the government has to say about that once the matter comes up before the Supreme Court.
Right. Anisha, we'll of course keep coming back to you through the day. That's going to be a very important hearing at the Supreme Court today. Now, a Bidar court in Karnataka will today pronounce its verdict on the bail application filed by the headmistress of Shaheen School and the mother of a student who have been in jail since the 31st of January. They were booked under sedition over an Anti-Citizenship Amendment Act play performed by the students of the school on January 21st. Remember, Shaheen School administration has denied that no such play was held either in the primary or high school, and no play was shown attacking the Prime Minister and his policies. Now, questions have also raised as to how cops can quiz school kids in the absence of their parents or guardians. Congress leader and former Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah, will be visiting the school today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.